The poor maid's baby unexpectedly crawls into the mafia boss's office, a place usually filled with power, intimidation, and fear. At first, the intrusion seems like a minor inconvenience, an innocent child venturing into a world that is anything but innocent. But as the tiny hands reach out and those big, curious eyes meet the boss's gaze, something extraordinary begins to happen. The hardened leader, known for his ruthlessness and unyielding control, feels a shift within himself that he cannot ignore. The baby's laughter, curiosity, and unguarded innocence start to chip away at the walls of authority the boss has built around his heart. For the first time, he sees life not in terms of power, money, or fear, but in simple human connection and love. It's a startling transformation, a glimpse of vulnerability in a man who is otherwise feared by everyone who crosses his path. What began as a moment of surprise quickly becomes a bond that neither time nor circumstance can break. The boss finds himself smiling, cooing, and even protecting the child with a tenderness that surprises everyone, including himself. His staff, once terrified of his temper, now witness a side of him they never imagined. A man capable of warmth, empathy, and genuine care. Through this tiny, unexpected visitor, the story reveals a universal truth. Even the hardest hearts can be softened, and the purest innocence has the power to transform lives. The baby, unaware of the chaos and danger around him, becomes a symbol of hope, change, and the unexpected ways love can enter even the most guarded spaces. By the end, it's clear, the mafia boss will never let this little one go. What begins as a surprising intrusion soon transforms into a deep, unbreakable emotional bond. The baby, crawling innocently into the mafia boss's office, has no idea of the danger or power surrounding him. Yet his presence begins to stir something long buried within the boss, a tenderness and vulnerability that no amount of authority, wealth, or fear can summon. At first, the boss is startled, unsure how to react to this unexpected little visitor. But the child's laughter, clumsy movements, and pure curiosity gradually soften the edges of a man hardened by years of power and violence. As the days pass, what started as a fleeting moment of surprise evolves into genuine affection. The boss begins to look forward to seeing the baby, to hearing his innocent babbles, and to watching his tiny hands explore the world without fear. He finds himself laughing, protecting, and even worrying for the child in ways that astonish him. It's a transformation that surprises everyone around him, his loyal staff, his feared associates, even the boss himself, because no one has ever seen this side of him. Through this unexpected bond, the story highlights the profound truth that innocence has the power to touch even the most guarded hearts. The mafia boss, once untouchable and unfeeling, discovers that love doesn't always come on one's terms. Sometimes it crawls into your life in the form of tiny, unassuming hands and eyes full of wonder. By the end, it becomes undeniable. The bond forged in that office is unshakable, and the boss will never let this little soul slip away. Even the hardest hearts can be moved, changed, and forever softened by the purity of innocence. The encounter between the poor maid's baby and the mafia boss is more than just a surprising event. It becomes a powerful lesson in contrasts. The office, a space dominated by fear, authority, and rigid power, is suddenly transformed by the tiny presence of a child who knows nothing of rules, hierarchy, or danger. In that moment, the boss's commanding aura, built over years of control, intimidation, and ruthlessness, begins to soften. The baby's innocent gestures, curious eyes, and pure laughter reveal a side of the world the boss rarely allows himself to see. One of tenderness, vulnerability, and genuine human connection. Through this simple yet profound encounter, the story highlights that even the most powerful individuals are not immune to the transformative force of love. Authority and fear can command respect, but they cannot create affection, warmth, or emotional attachment. The baby's presence breaks down barriers, bridging social divides between the wealthy, feared mafia boss and the humble maid, showing that true connection transcends class, status, and circumstance. As the boss interacts with the child, his hardened demeanor gives way to protective instincts, playfulness, and unexpected joy. It becomes clear that power and tenderness are not mutually exclusive. In fact, it is often in the moments of vulnerability that real strength is revealed. The office, once a symbol of control and intimidation, becomes a space where human emotion triumphs over fear, where the innocence of a child can reshape even the most guarded heart. By the end, the encounter proves a universal truth. Love and connection are stronger than authority, and even in the darkest, most hardened places, the light of innocence can break through, forging bonds that defy fear, social boundaries, and the rules of power.